Hey guys, we have 3 energetic activations going on in the sky today. Number 1, today is day 2 of the Mars South Node conjunction, really asking us to release any negative feelings we've been carrying with us, any negative energy that we've been carrying with us from the past. We need to be releasing that actively at this point in time. Also today, you guys, we have a Taurus Moon that is activating the Saturn-Uranus square that is going on and is also activating the Venus-Pluto conjunction that is going on. So another day of intensity, but everything today is really pushing us to break free from some things and also to release them, tie up some loose ends, gain some closure, and let some things go. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 15th. My name is Aubrey, and this is your astrological outlook of the day. Well, yes, more of this releasing energy going on for sure, with Mars coming actually into the exact conjunction with the South Node today, and by proxy, exact opposition to the North Node too. And we'll talk about this and this Taurus Moon activating our Saturn-Uranus square, and also Venus in conjunction with Pluto, while Venus is essentially stopped in the sky preparing to go retrograde. Overall, though, today, just to get things rolling, energy today is pushing to help us recognize, honestly, our value, our self-worth, and to take comfort in that, to try not to worry about things right now, and to enjoy our lives really in the best way we can. This is a message coming through via this symbolism in the planet placement today, which I will discuss in a little while. We need to really be coming to terms with and understanding that we really deserve what we desire in this life, and we will have it, and we will have what we need, and God and universe is our supply and looking after us and our provider and our caretaker right now. Like I said, there's energy coming through today that is quite emphasizing this theme, and we really just need to be cutting through the fears and the illusions right now to the truth of authentic value within and the potential that that represents. What this day today is trying to do for us energetically, as we are again in this period of building tension right now that is leading us up to the 24th of December, at which point we will have our last exact Saturn-Uranus square for the year in these signs. And this is, again, doing a lot to help break us free from self-limiting structures, a lot of times that we've built in our lives. And it's actually a result of a lot of the subconscious issues that we have going on, which the universe is doing a lot to also try to clear for us and alleviate under these energetics recently as well. But let's talk specifically about what we have going on today. First, again, just to state the 3 main things I'm looking at today. Number 1, of course, is the Mars South Node conjunction. And number 2, we have the moon coming into a conjunction with Uranus today, which will be activating that Uranus-Saturn square that is building closer by the day. And also, because the moon is in Taurus, this is speaking to Venus. Venus is stationary right now, and actually the exact position that is a 3/4 square to where she began this astrological new year, talking about breaking out of something and releasing and letting go as well, and in a conjunction to Pluto. So these Venus-Pluto themes are very much in effect today as well. Let's actually start. I actually want to start today by talking about the moon in Taurus and these aspects activating this Uranus-Saturn square before I get into Mars in conjunction to the South Node, because actually I talked a lot about this in my video for yesterday. If you missed that video, you might want to check it out, because yesterday was the opening of this energetic, and I will talk about it again in a minute. But, you know, the moon is an important aspect of today's chart as well, so I kind of want to start there. And like I said, we have this moon in Taurus today, ruled by Venus, forming an exact conjunction to Uranus at 3 a.m. Now, the moon conjuncts Uranus once a month, and this is our once monthly Uranus conjunction. It's just a little bit more emphasized this time around because Saturn is now again in that 1-degree orb square. So the moon coming into conjunction with Uranus is activating this building tension that is resulting from this, square that is building closer and closer every day as we approach this date that is coming on December 24th. That is sort of like a grand finale energetic activation that we have going on, and like closing out this astrological lunar year as we head towards the new moon in Aries that will come in April. But with the moon coming into conjunction with Uranus, aside from activating the square again, which is causing us energetically to really want to be breaking out of any self-limiting structures that we have formed or built in our lives at this point in time that are keeping us out of the truth of our authentic value and our authenticity and our authentic creative potential and our self-worth. All of those themes, energy is pushing to liberate us from with Saturn and Uranus in square, and with the moon lining up with Uranus, like I said, 3 a.m. this morning. This is shocks, surprises. This energy is really trying to shock us into awakening to the truth of our authentic value and our authentic worth. Remember, this is happening in the sign of Taurus, which rules value and worth. Strange dreams could really have been possible overnight as well, with Uranus and the moon coming into conjunction while we were sleeping. There could have been some epiphanies or some more like prophetic dreams or signs, messages coming through in dreams, just very bizarre, strange dreams as well with this activation happening. But seriously, like shocking, surprising revelations, awakenings, epiphanies, inner knowing in regards to relationship dynamics under these specific energetics, breakups and breakdowns, especially in regards to this ongoing theme that we have: toxic relationship dynamics, betrayal, abuse, addiction, deception, manipulation, all of these Venus, Pluto themes, because the moon in Taurus is ruled by Venus, speaking to what is going on with Venus, and Venus is in the conjunction to Pluto, and with it forming the conjunction to Uranus as well, that tells us any of these shakeups or shocks or surprises or bizarre things happening are happening for the purpose of helping us to conquer these Venus Pluto demons and come back into a realization of the truth of our authentic value and stop finding ourselves internally lacking in these areas, and therefore needing to constantly put ourselves in a position to need to depend on other people's external validation or support or protection or resources, because we feel that we don't have enough inside of us to sustain ourselves in one way or another. Well, that is really what this energy is really trying to rectify for us, to help us come to terms with. And with Uranus in the conjunction with the moon today, while this square is going on and Venus and Pluto are in a conjunction, remember Capricorn is also ruled by Saturn, who is in the square to Uranus and being activated by the moon in Taurus, while we have Venus and Pluto in conjunction. So this could also be having to do with, first of all, like father figures or authority figures, bosses, longstanding power and control dynamics, establishments as well. So toxic relationship themes, toxic relationship dynamics, and toxic relationships with authority or with financial conditions, financial circumstances as well. Any of these themes could definitely be experiencing some type of upheaval today with this moon Uranus aspect happening in the signs of Taurus. Something happening to disrupt these dynamics for the purpose of setting things right, with it being Uranus involved. Uranus is the great rectifier. Uranus is the silver lining planet. Uranus brings our blessings in disguise that usually feel like anything but a blessing when they're happening. But, you know, when time goes on and things play out, we realize that it really was the integral, necessary step or part that we couldn't have done for ourselves that needed to happen in order such that all of these other wonderful things could come into place and happen for us. That is sort of how Uranus operates. It really wants to shake us out of anything that's not right for us and put us back on track in a path to align with our authentic truth, which brings us to a place vibrationally where we can receive blessings and changes and things turning around and going better for us. So with Uranus in effect, with Uranus being involved today, this is definitely silver lining energy, but we could see big shocks, surprises, blow-ups for sure with all of those themes that I described earlier, especially anything to do with any type of abuse of power that's been going on. This is really something that universe is trying to rectify at this point in time and balance the scales and alleviate us, set us free from anything that is preventing the growth of our internal potential and us actually activating our destiny as we move forward into this new energetic paradigm. So that is, what we have going on with our moon today. And I want to talk about the Sabian symbols that are in effect, because if you remember when I opened this report, I was talking about how today there's a lot of energy pushing us to do that, to recognize that value, to recognize that self-worth, to allow ourselves to rest in the hands of God and to surrender our worries and to know that all of our needs, as long as we are in alignment with our truth and with God and with the path that is laying itself before us, we have nothing to fear, and we have everything is going to be taken care of for us as we go through this vibrational shift. And the changing vibration in and of itself helps us to attract the things that we need into our lives. Well, we have the sun today at 25 degrees of Sagittarius, and that Sabian symbol, or that degree described in a symbolic form so that we have a better idea of how this particular energetic placement operates, is a chubby little rich boy rides upon a hobby horse. And this is all about enjoying the abundance in one's life and being able to just experience comfort and pleasure and to really take advantage of the resources that we have available to us without fear of any type of negative consequences or anything like that. To really be accepting of and almost like indulging in the abundance that we are provided, that is provided for us from some type of parental figure. Okay, and then we have the earth today at 25 degrees of Gemini, a man trimming palms. This is, seeking betterment, seeking refinement, cutting off the excess, getting to the core of the beauty of the authentic truth. And with these two Sabian symbols in effect, in terms of the position of the sun and the earth today, what's coming down to us in terms of the life force energy that sustains us and also the state of things on the ground, there is really this, this is happening, all of this energy in the context of this is happening to help restore our sense of self-love, self-worth, and self-value with these degrees in effect today for the sun and the earth. Knowing universe is rich and abundant, and if we align with God's plan, with God's path for us, and do the work right now of releasing and clearing out our old energy body, clearing out and understanding the contents of our subconscious mind, integrating our shadow side issues, overcoming our fears, realigning with the truth of our authentic value and the creative potential that represents. If we can do this, then we will always be cared for, like I was saying, and protected, so we can enjoy the things in our life with comfort and security despite what may be happening around us, or what things may look like externally or on the outside, or in terms of what other people are experiencing around us, while simultaneously the position of the earth, a man trimming palms, still seeking and working to better and refine ourselves and shed our old skin, so to say, to trim our leaves. God saying we needn't worry at this time, and just to keep working to refine ourselves into our most authentic and beautiful form expression, to really trim ourselves into our best holistic presentation, body, mind, soul, and spirit. It's not just about the external, and it's not just about the internal. It's about the holistic realignment with the truth and the authenticity and the value and the worth, and the knowing that we have, a grand creator who is caring for us and protecting us and providing for us and looking out for us, as long as we are in alignment with that path, which is being in alignment with the truth of our authentic value, our creative potential, and our authenticity. But if we are, constantly finding ourselves in these relationships, in these circumstances, in these cycles of behavior and thought that keep us from coming into that alignment, then that is when we experience the pain and the struggle and the lack and the fear of not having enough, because we're not truly in alignment with ourselves, and our vibration does not allow us to attract that into our life in conjunction with God and universe. And so when we can do that thing of surrendering our fear to God and universe, and really doing the work to refine and to better ourselves and to shed our old skin and to go through this rebirth process, and to trust and have faith that we don't necessarily need to know the outcome right now, but just knowing that we're in alignment and paying attention to the signs and symbols and following our intuition and our gut and our spiritual guidance and forgiveness and letting go and release and transformation and surrender and acceptance, that we are aligning with the path that universe and God has for us at this point in time. And when that is the case, we never need fear, and we are always protected. We will always be provided for. Our needs will always be met, and God and universe truly are our supply. And when we can shift our vibration into that resonance, then like attracts like, the mirror effect. It's just one of the laws of this paradigm. We have to attract the same thing back to us. And again, this is the transition into the age of Aquarius. This is something that we will all be becoming much more consciously aware of, and it will be a faculty that we begin to use with much more conscious awareness and therefore tangible results as we go forward into this paradigm. But again, we can't tap into this, we can't do this unless we bring our vibration to a point where this is actually effective and can work for us, instead of working as it has throughout the end of this last paradigm that we're coming out of now, where we were a lot of times lost in our own programming and unable to see the clarity and have the awareness of the truth of our own value and of our own power. And so a lot of times we were attracting and resonating and vibrating with experiences associated with our trauma instead of experiences associated with our self-mastery. So that is really what this great regeneration, this great purge, this great transformation and alchemization and metamorphosis is doing. And that's another reason why the Chiron theme is so relevant and important during this time as well. But even though Chiron's not activated today, the hero's journey is really what we're on right now. And all of this energy is pushing us to go through that process so that we can make this energetic transference and change the way that things are going for us and create the age of Aquarius going forward. So, once again, here we are building up to this day on the 24th, and these energetics are really just speaking to helping us to go through this hero's journey process. And all of this, is important to keep in mind as I get to the next thing I'm going to be talking about today, which is Mars in conjunction to the South Node at 2 degrees of Sagittarius, the ocean covered with white caps. It could be some very turbulent emotions, some very volatile emotions that we're dealing with today as we are going through this process of active release, and potentially feeling maybe a little like down or depressed or sad, or just having like our past wounds reignited in some type of a way with Mars at the degree of the South Node, which rules the past karma, lessons that we've had to go through, experiences that we've had, and that we've actually learned and become masters at, essentially. And now we need to graduate from, let go, move on, release, so that we can embrace these new opportunities in alignment with the blessings and fulfillment that universe is trying to bring to us, if we can just get back to the truth of our own authenticity and our unique, authentic, creative potential and the value power that represents. So, choppy, volatile emotions might be a theme for sure today, as this aspect, this Mars conjuncting the South Node, may trigger our wounds from the past to be cleared and released. There may be a whole lot of stuff, like I said, from the past coming up today, making us feel angry or depressed, hurt, or very passionate in some type of a way. And especially with the Moon and Uranus, and that Moon and Taurus referencing Venus and Pluto, while the Saturn-Uranus square is activated. This is just an even grander opportunity for us to break free from whatever we have been enslaved to that has been diminishing our value and our potential, and a huge opportunity to let go of anger, hurt, pain, wounding, resentment, hatred, any of these Mars-themed, Mars-associated emotions that maybe had been tying us to these scenarios or keeping us from being able to truly release them all the way. Now is the time that we have a really good opportunity to actively release any negative energy, negative emotions in regards to the circumstances that have been keeping us trapped. Because really, forgiveness, release is one of the most important energetic and vibrational tools to switch your vibration and to elevate your frequency and to come to a place where you can truly begin to align with love. Like if you're holding resentment, anger, hatred, for anything that has happened, it's not benefiting anyone, and it's actually hurting you in your energetic and your frequency and your vibration. Because even though you might be a lovely, wonderful person who only holds love in your heart, if you are feeling hurt, if you are feeling resentment, if you are feeling abandoned or betrayed, or if you hold these feelings and vibrations inside of you, then because of the laws of resonance and attraction, the law of attraction, you're going to create more scenarios that continue to perpetuate that feeling. And one of the best ways to release ourselves from this cycle is to truly practice active forgiveness, and to really be in alignment with that, and to really truly mean it. And with Mars and the South Node lining up, this 2-day period today and yesterday is a really, really huge universal cosmic window to help us forgive, forget, and move on, to truly release things from the past that have been weighing down our vibration and keeping us from being able to break out from these situations that have been keeping us out of the truth of our value, our love, and our creative potential. So yeah, any of these Mars associated emotions stemming from things from the past, to actively release negative energy that we've been carrying with us up until this point. Because that negative energy that we hold inside of us, it doesn't matter what we are consciously thinking about. If we have that playing out, in our subconscious mind, if we have that as a part of our frequency and our energy body, we are going to attract more people and scenarios that perpetuate that vibration within us. The only way to get rid of it is to truly forgive, release, and move on, and open to the genuine love of God and hope and faith in ourselves and potential and opportunities coming into the future. A definite shift has to go on within our mind, within our soul, and then lastly within our vibration. Remember though, when Mars is in a conjunction to the South Node, this also means that he's in an opposition to the North Node. So we may be reflecting on the actions that we want to take going forward today as well, and how we want to act and behave once we go through this rebirth process. What do we want our new behaviors and actions to look like once we graduate from these past experiences and move on to embrace the opportunities that are coming to us now, our brand new open frontier on the other side of this experience. The new opportunities that could come, and the hope and the blessings and the fulfillment in the future once we can turn this page and begin a new chapter in our lives. We're closing out an era, graduating from the past into our future with a whole new outlook on life. And it also brings these painful endings that we are enduring now. But that is just a part of this graduation process that we're going through right now as well. It's also interesting today because we have the moon lining up with Uranus, exactly like I said, at 3 a.m., activating that Saturn-Uranus square, also activating the Venus-Pluto conjunction. And then at 3 p.m., we have the exact to-the-minute alignment between Mars and the South Node and the North Node. So 3 is the number of the day. 3 p.m. 3 may have a special significance for you some reason today, but 3 is the number of the day, apparently, for the big activations that are happening and the to-the-minute conjunctions. Overall, though, today, you guys, just like what this all boils down to, potentially intense or explosive things happening to break us out of situations not aligned with the truth of our authentic value, that helps us to release negative emotions from the past that have been lowering our vibration and frequency, so we can be liberated to align with the energetic shift that we are collectively going through right now into the age of Aquarius. It's basically what we got for the energetics today. Everything is working together. These Venus-Pluto themes that I've been talking about so much, this Saturn-Uranus square, really trying to break us out of any limiting structures so that we can conquer our fears, realize the truth of our value, step into our power, and release the past, move away from the past, let go of negative energy that we've been holding on to, so that we can truly begin to go through this vibrational shift that we are building towards throughout the rest of this year, and is coming to a really big climax in 9 days now, on December 24th. So that is the energy for today. Might get a little rocky out there. We got the ocean covered in white caps, but we also have a chubby little rich boy rides upon a hobby horse. Our Creator is abundant and wants us to enjoy that abundance without fear, without worry. We just need to continue trimming our palms and cleaning ourselves up and getting rid of the excess energy and the dead skin. So that's what we got going on today. Let's talk about the tarot for a minute. I asked Spirit to clarify the collective energy today. Where are we? What's going on? How is the collective responding to the energetics that are in play right now? Some interesting cards came out. We got the Lovers in reverse, guys. There's a lot of breakups going on right now. I've been saying this. I mean, with Venus and Pluto in conjunction, and with Uranus and Taurus, with the Saturn square back in, and now we got the Moon and Taurus, it really could be a day of disruptions or things sort of being upside down in terms of love, relationships, partnerships, and finances as well. This card is also a card about, this is also a Gemini card. Gemini is also associated with the Lovers, the twins. And so there could also be potentially some issues with siblings today as well, because siblings are ruled by Gemini, and just partners generally. Issues with partnerships today, and I have a feeling that it is most likely having to do with toxic dynamics in relationships. The second card that came out was the Chariot in reverse. This is having a hard time making a decision. This is also some type of not moving forward in something, some type of blockage. This is also a lack of balance. And again, there could be a lack of moving forward, a lack of moving towards commitment, a lack of determination in regards to relationship dynamics right now. This kind of is saying to me that there could be a lot of relationships right now that are not experiencing forward movement, and it could have something to do with a lack of balance. The Chariot, this is a card of all about duality in black and white as well. Both of these cards have themes of duality going on. And duality has to do with partnerships, and this is definitely saying to me that there could be some resistance in moving forward with certain relationships based on a lack of balance at this point in time. And then on the back of the deck, it's funny. On the back of the deck, we have the Star. And this is telling me that this is happening. This is happening because of some type of higher awareness, some type of awakening. This is a Uranus card to me. This is an Aquarius card. This is a Uranus card. This is the Age of Aquarius card to me. And I feel like this is saying like some type of inspiration, some type of an awakening, some type of an awareness, some type of divine knowing or flash of insight is kind of putting the pause on the forward movement in relationships that may be out of balance, that where there's some type of issue in terms of the give and take or just the balance of the dynamic of the relationship. This is saying to me that we could definitely be seeing some relationship breakups going on this week. And that doesn't specifically, just because it's the Lovers, it doesn't specifically have to be pertaining to romantic relationships. Again, this could have a lot to do with financial agreements, just partnerships generally. But yeah, there is definitely this theme of duality, and it is because of the Star, which was upright. And this is this divine awareness, this inspiration, this awakening, this intuitive calling, this soul urge, some type of epiphany, awakening, inspiration is interfering with forward movement in partnerships, relationships, financial arrangements, and agreements at this point in time. So interesting. Kind of right in alignment with the energetics that we have going on, especially with the Moon coming into the conjunction with Uranus today. This is also telling me, now that I think about it like that, there could be upheavals happening as a result of the energies today that are putting things like this, that are sort of tipping relationships upside down and causing us, a break in will to continue some type of a way. Interesting. All right, let's grab a synchronicity card now. These are messages from God, just meant to give us a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation, just a little bit of a message that we may need to hear. These are wonderful cards. They're by Janice Shellman. And I like to pull these cards. It doesn't matter when you are watching this. This is like a timeless message that is meant to find you. And it's just something that God needs to whisper in our ear today. Oh, interesting. I've never gotten this card before. This says, don't abuse your body. And that's also interesting because Taurus is it's an earth sign. It's a very grounded sign, and it would, have a tendency to associate more with the body. And with the moon in Taurus today and Venus and Pluto in a conjunction ruling abuse, interesting that we would get this card. It says, therefore glorify God in your body. 1 Corinthians 6:20. It's wrong to abuse your body. It's one of the holy temples of God. Likewise, austerities, rigidities, and a stiffness have no value in spirit to you. Your body is the nest where God dwells, and you should make it a channel for vitality, wholeness, beauty, and perfection. Forgive yourself for the past and get on with a healthy and a whole life. Forgive yourself for the past. This is literally exactly what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the forgiveness that is necessary as we go through this process today with Mars in conjunction to the South Node, and the way that it shifts our vibration and actually allows us to attract the things that we want and that we need into our lives. And I was also talking about, with the trimming palms, the need to sort of cultivate and refine ourselves, body, mind, soul, and spirit. And it's interesting that this card says your body is the nest where God dwells, and you should make it a channel for vitality, wholeness, beauty, and perfection. Body, mind, soul, and spirit. The card doesn't say that, but it really fits into the message that has been alluded for us today. And also, I feel like this is relevant as well, because with all of the energy that's going on today, all of the intensity and all of the things that might happen, there may be a tendency to sort of engage in activities that may be somewhat overindulgent, or, just may not be in the best interest of our actual bodies. I mean, even think of the Sabian symbol of the sun today. The chubby little boy rides upon a hobby horse. This also has an air of like overindulgence. And so, we really, I guess the message from God today is we may want to just be aware of, pay attention to how we're caring for our bodies today, and not allow ourselves to be in an emotional state that causes us to in some way neglect our physical temples as we go through this energy today, because it could be a difficult day as well. So that is the message from God. That is the message from Spirit. That is the message from the stars. That is the message from the cards. I think we got all the messages done, and my time is not even up on the clock. So I have time today to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope I was able to provide something for you that can give you a little bit of clarity as you navigate, a little bit of assistance, help, whatever, as you navigate through the energetics and how they impact your life today. Thank you guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please leave me comments, y'all. I absolutely love your comments. I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group if any of you are interested in that as well. And definitely come back with me tomorrow, you guys, because we are going to have another very interesting day of astrology. Let's see what's going on tomorrow. We're going to have the moon conjuncting the north and the south node tomorrow. Oh, and I forgot to say in my Monday video where I talked about the incoming energetics this week, we also have a full moon coming up on Friday as well. So we are building towards the full moon in Gemini and Sagittarius as well. And tomorrow, the nodes of the moon are going to be coming into a conjunction, or the moon is going to be coming into conjunction with the nodes of the moon. So we got that to look forward to. Anyways, have a beautiful day, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.